11 days without sleep. The experiment that broke reality. Turn off the lights. Now imagine this. You are awake. Your eyes burn. Your thoughts feel thick, like moving through smoke. But you tell yourself, I'll sleep later. Except, later never comes. In 1963, a 17-year-old boy named Randy Gardner decided to do something no human should ever try. He chose to stop sleeping. Not for a night, not for a weekend, but for as long as his body would allow. This wasn't a dare. It wasn't drugs. It wasn't madness. It was a science experiment. And Randy was the test subject. Day 1. The first night passes quietly. Randy laughs, talks, feels tired but proud. Sleep feels optional. Like hunger, like thirst. Something you can ignore. Day 2. His eyes sting constantly now. Thoughts slip away mid-sentence. Words arrive late. Doctors watch him closely. No micro-sleeps. No cheating. His brain is awake. But something underneath has begun to crack. Day 3. Randy's mood collapses. Small noises feel violent. Light feels aggressive. His patience evaporates. And then the world starts to move when it shouldn't. Walls breathe. Shadows stretch. Reality loosens its grip. Day 4. This is when the hallucinations arrive. Not dreams, intrusions. Patterns crawl across blank surfaces. Faces distort. Depth disappears. Randy knows it isn't real. That's the worst part. Imagine watching your own mind fail and being unable to stop it. Day 5. Language begins to rot. Randy can hear words, but they don't land. Doctors show him everyday objects. A cup, a sign, a fire hydrant. He can't name them. At one point, he stares at a street sign and says it's a person watching him. His memory resets every few minutes. Conversations erase themselves. He is awake, but no longer present. Day 6. His body still works. His mind does not. Reflexes fail. Coordination collapses. He sways when he walks, like gravity itself is confused. Sleep circles him constantly, but never comes. Day 7. Randy stops trusting reality. People feel unreal. Voices sound distant, warped. He believes others are plotting against him. He looks in mirrors and pauses too long. Something about the face staring back doesn't feel like his. Doctors begin to panic. No human has ever gone this far before. No one knows what happens next. Day 8. The hallucinations turn darker. Randy sees people who aren't there, hears voices with no source. Time dissolves. Minutes stretch endlessly. Hours vanish without warning. His brain has stopped filtering noise from meaning. Everything feels important. Everything feels threatening. Day 9. Randy enters what doctors later describe as a psychotic state. Emotion disappears, then explodes. Fear turns into laughter. Laughter into nothing. He forgets who he is mid-sentence. Sleep deprivation has stripped his mind down to instinct. Alert, terrified, broken. Day 10. By now the experiment should have ended, but Randy keeps going. Not because he's strong, but because his brain no longer knows how to shut off. Sleep is no longer rest. It's unreachable. Day 11. After 264 hours awake, doctors finally stop the experiment. Randy has broken the record, but records no longer matter. What matters is whether his mind will survive. They let him sleep, and everyone waits. Randy sleeps for 14 hours. No coma, no seizures, no death. When he wakes up, he recognizes people again. Reality slowly locks back into place. Within days, his memory returns. Against all expectations, he survives. But here's the part that haunts scientists. During the experiment, Randy's brain didn't shut down. It fell apart while fully conscious. Sleep isn't rest. Sleep is repair. Without it, reality fractures, identity dissolves, and the brain turns inward on itself. Randy later said the most terrifying part wasn't the exhaustion. It was realizing how easily the mind can betray you. You can survive days without food, minutes without air, but take away sleep, and your own mind turns against you.